shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach. I just do what comes natural. 5-star, everything I see. Live large, no apology. Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural. What you waiting for? Give them what they came for. This is what they came for.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
A big thank you to Apollo Projects for providing the funding.
It's really helped our kids to have more opportunities.
Gaining the extra funding really goes a long way to providing opportunities.
We are low on the socioeconomic index, so our students haven't got $200 when we're going away for these trips.
Students often miss out on opportunities because of the financial commitment.
More often than not, the student has to give up their sport.
With the funding from Apollo Projects, we've been able to lower travel costs to allow more students to participate in secondary school competitions.
Your generosity has enabled us to enable these students be able to play in these sports, be able to just be the best versions of themselves.
We're really grateful, and I cannot express that enough about how and what it means to us.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you. We're going to go one. And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.
E te ti, e te tā, nau mai rā ki te aki tū a Raukura. Welcome to Raukura Rotorua Boys High School, where we see the traditional clash between old rivals Tauranga Boys College from Tauranga Moana and Raukura from Rotorua Boys High School. Ko matua Jared tēnei, ko Marts tēnei,
Ko Rikirangi Gage tēnei.
ko māua tahi ngā kairipota, ngā kaiwhakawā mo te whakaaturanga nei. Super 8 Rugby. All the boys here at Rotorua are looking forward to this clash because they get a few moments away from class and being those higher cognitive learners that they are to support their tuakana, their seniors here, taking to Te Aki Tua Rotorua, our number 1 rugby field in front of Ngā Pai a Kahukura. Good weather here today. The ground is no longer sodden from last week, both from the tears of Ranginui and the tears of our players as they came away with a loss against Napier Boys, but looking for redemption today, eh, Rikirangi?
Tika mats, you know, because we had a Haka practice and we were watching the live every break that we got. We weren't too impressed with the score, so we just go back straight into practice. Hopefully it's not the same results this weekend, or this Thursday actually.
Aye, well last week we had that kapua hanging on top of Ngongotaha, Te Tihi o Ngongotaha. It's an anonymous sign, but now we're going through our team list here. Number 1 for Tauranga Boys, we have Ryan Palmer, younger brother of 2022 Captain Ruben Palmer. Number 2, Christian Soni. Number 3, Fauma Kupita. Number 4, Lachlan Stevens. Number 5, player to watch there, Aisake Bakasiola. Number 6, Ollie Francis. Number 7, Ollie Chandler. Number 8, Aidan Spratley. Now starting our backline, we've got Charlie Sinton at halfback, Aaron Riley at 10, Mason Verster at 11, Judah Driver at number 12, a player to watch, big promising future for that young man. Noah Johnston partnering him in the centres there at number 13, the speedster Dylan Henderson at 14, and Landon Monks, the custodian at the back wearing the number 15 jersey. Tauranga Boys Impact is headed by number 16 Jairo Bibi, number 17 Nikolai Tehuia, number 18 Leo Keeney, number 19, Ketai Zena Yowera. Number 20, Braden Stowers. Number 21, Kaisami Kapua. And number 22, Ashton Paynton. And number 23, Casper the Friendly Ghost.
And on the Rotorua side, in the forward packs, we have Harold Rounds, Sairusi Ravundi, Leo Sakato, Jacob Gilbert, Mikaele Ilayu, Setaliki Mafileo, Troy Hami, Rupene Hemopo. In the backs, we have Jai Tamati, Ryan Elliott, Josiah Graham, Case van der Hayden, Maloni Kunuave, Malan Tawera Milosevic, and Widamu Brayley. And in the impact side, they have Ateria Throp, Cody Denata, Hunter Weaver, Joshua Norman, Te Kahurangi Kiel, Hieke Magavi, and Lydell Brothy.
Good to see Lydell Brophy there making a comeback there, Rikirangi, after he was injured a few weeks back. A promising young future for the boy hailing from Te Teko of Ngāti Awa Tu Wharetoa, the centres, Lytle. One player though, Rikirangi, who must be hard done by is Luke Rakuragu, who had a good debut on the right wing there for Rotorua last week. Hopefully he gets the opportunity to put his hand up again, and as we look forward to seeing these boys get some redemption after their loss to Napier. Tauranga Boys, of course, too, having beaten our first 15 side here from Rotorua in the semi-final for the Chiefs Cup last year, lifting the Moaska Cup from our Rotorua side and eventually passing that on to Hamilton Boys, who went on to not only win the Chiefs Cup but also to the National Secondary Schools Top 4 competition.
Not long ago, Matua, they actually just come back from Japan, I think it was, taking out the Sanix, the Sanix competition.
Aye. Mauri ora!
Mauri ora!
Just a bit of housekeeping. Remember,
we've just got Mr. Lockwood there, our Deputy Principal, locking it down with the instructions there on how to best behave and conduct ourselves as fine young Rotorua men, nei Rikirangi. I see some of our boys there from Te Whare Rotorua starting to gather around there by our Waharoa, Tamate Kapua. About to welcome our Taitama onto our Toro Parawai, our battlefield here today, Te Aki Tua Rotorua. Mr. Lockwood now just introducing one of our alumni and current staff members, Matua James Webster of Ngāti Rangi Wewehi. Matua James, as we know, whānau, those of you back home, is a tutor of our back-to-back award-winning Haka group, Rotorua. Now just trying to get our crowd ready as Sairusi starts to lead our team out. The boys are now primed, getting ready.
All upstanding
to get their tukana here. E tuana rātou ki te whakanui, they're standing now to raise the roof of this amphitheatre here at Te Aki Tua Raukura. TBC, Tauranga Boys College from Tauranga Moana, now making their way from the northern entrance to the ground.
I don't know about you, whānau, but I'm feeling excited. Are you excited, Matua?
Oh, kei te hi kakatonua hau e Rick, I'm just ready and amping, and as a proud Western Heights High School old boy, it's pretty hard for me to cheer for Raukura with these 3 feathers to the sky, but anytime we can celebrate our fine young men here in Te Kihiruwai o Te Arawa, it's an opportunity that we all must flourish in and support and whakanui, Rick. Oh, it's quite fitting they play Thunderstruck by ACDC. I te mea, whai te tiri ki te rangi te arawa ki te whenua, ne, Rick?
Tika. Well, too fast, Matua, too fast.
Aye, as thunder is in the sky, boys, so too is Te Arawa on the land. Let's shake them up. Let's shake up Te Aki Tua Raukura e tamama. I just got to stare down by one of our students, Renata Williams, son of our old boy from Tauranga Boys College, Tūtaka Williams, Tūtaka Ngākau. Neira te mihi ki a koe e te parata. You can't feel the atmosphere through the lens of the camera, whānau, but let me tell you now, oh, hiko te wira. Is he here?
Oh, thank you. He's coming, he's coming.
Powerful haka there by Rotorua and Tauranga Boys College. The Rotorua haka, of course, being led by one of our head prefects here of Hostel, Troy Harmy, out of the King Country. Troy of Ngāti Tūwharetoa descent, Ngāti Hikairo, very proud of his Māori lineage and very proud to be a Rotorua man. Ne Rikirangi.
But no, since year 9, I've known this fella and he's been gunning for that top spot.
We're about to get away with this kemu whānau kei TBC te whana tuatahi. Tauranga Boys College had the first kick. Rotorua to receive, playing from the northern end to the southern end towards our Millennium Centre. Rotorua starting with the sun at their back, but hopefully having the sun in their face with the glory of the win today. Kei te rite a Rotorua, kei te rite a TBC. Ka whana. Malone with the catch. Paitana whana ki te taha. Nice sideline finder there from Malone. Malone, I understand, supported Queensland in their win of the first New South Wales Queensland State of Origin game last night. Karoha kia rātou, New South Wales. Let's hope that the blue falter again today, whānau. Beautiful line out there by Tauranga Boys. Nice crunching tackle there on Aisake.
And he was one of those players that was mentioned. Here we go.
Yes. Wuramu Brayley over the ball being strong. Wuramu, of course, playing in the custodial role of number 15 today, fullback for Rotorua. Josiah Graham jockeying well there on defence. Tauranga Boys being patient with the recycling of the ball there, Rick.
It seems like they're just taking their time today.
As we know, Tauranga aptly coached by former Steamers representative Aidan Cooker, very methodical in their play and their approach to these big matches.
Fauma.
Strong carry and offload there by Fauma Kaupita. Chiefs under 18 representative in 2022. Pai tā rātou whiu I te pōro, Rick. They're showing good passing and continuity amongst their backline there. Working the edges, trying to find Raukura wanting on those wide spaces. Raukura so far resolute in their defence. Oh, gap found there. Hiro kia Tauranga Moana. First try of the day scored by number 15, Landon Monks. Landon Monks is a player renowned for his high IQ. He kai tākaro tino matatau I tēnei ke mu aha koa tana rangataiitanga. Even though he's a young man, he's got a high IQ and good knowledge of the game, Rick, from what we understand now. With Landon's second year in the first 15.
Leo Sagato looks like he's down on the ground.
We've now got Mason Verster looking to convert the piro or the try, the first score there by the fullback Landon Monks. The Raukura crowd giving it to him, reminding him where he's at. Beautiful nudge, Paitana whana. The kick is successful. Tauranga Boys College now go to a 7 points to nil lead. Early days yet there, Raukura. Those of you who have tuned in at home, watching our game here, Raukura are now down 7 points to nil. Early substitution now. Leo Sangato has now gone off with an injury in that play. Bringing on promising Ngāti Tūwharetoa prop, Kauri Renata, taking a break from Māori Rugby League and focusing on rugby this year. Cody, of course, being our school's under 15 captain last year in 2022. Good tackle there by Troy Harmy, Ngāti Tūwharetoa, Ngāti Hikairo. Beautiful skip pass there by the centre for Tauranga Boys, Noah Johnston.
Maloney taken out by Saki.
Aye.
Mikaile stepping onto the field today.
Aye, getting his first cap, Rick, for our Raukura first 15. Young Tongan man of much promise, one of our international students who have left Tongatapu to come here to pursue higher learning, as is our school motto, whae te kahurangi. Aim high despite the difficulties, Rick? The difficulty of being away from whānau, but finding a brotherhood and whānau here and amongst our Taimatu hostel boys. Oh, I tū tira rātou. They've gathered and organised themselves in lines for our first line out on this side of the field. Tauranga Boys very clinical there in their line out. Aisake, another strong carry. Good defence there by Mikaele, the player you just noted, Rick. Centre Malone. Whoa.
The boys did not like that one.
No,
They did not enjoy that hit on Maloney.
Rotorua Boys High School won't be happy with the player that's just gone down, or the play that led to that player going down. Maloney has just made his way back from injury in a recent game against Pairata, Wesley College from South Auckland. Maloney Kunawave showing his resilience and now getting up, bouncing back, looking to inject some of that skill and promise into the Rotorua backline that he's shown for the last 3 years in the first 15. Also 2 returning from injury, our first 5 here, Ryan Elliott from Ngāti raised in Whakatane, but leaving the shadows of Putawaki to come here to the sunshine of Ngongotaha i Rikirangi.
Let's go, boys, keep behind now, boys.
Oh, Rotorua driving towards the line. Pass from Brayley, finding its way to Malone Kunawave. Still slow recycle there. Good strong carry there towards the Tauranga line. Gee, Mikaele Eliwao, his presence is popping up everywhere across the field, Rick. Not
Definitely.
taking...
He's trying to make a good standout so he can keep him on that field, Matua?
Oh, exactly right.
There we go, Milan, giving it off. Oh! Unlucky for Lytle.
Karoha, promising play there. Good drawn pass by Milan Tawera Milosevic. Out to Lytle Brophy. Lytle just misjudging the timing, unable to take the ball in for the easy score. Hey, but good promising play in these last couple of minutes by Rotorua. Okay, Paiana te paku prawa ki te kore, Rick. The crust of bread is better than nothing. So the boys starting to show some enterprise. In case you're wondering too, boys, the big M on the front of the Rotorua jerseys doesn't stand for Matua or Matua Jared or Marts. It's actually Rob and Lindley Perry, our local franchisees here with McDonald's, have sponsored the team this year and looking at reinvesting into the community as they do across a wide range of platforms. Firstly with football, with our soccer academy, and now moving into rugby. Case Vanderheyden from Tainui Waka with the first chance for Rotorua to add some points on the board. Beautiful conversion there by Case Vanderheyden, number 12 from Rotorua. Case, of course, being a left-footed striker, much like our well-renowned old boy Willie Napier of Hurricanes Western Force and New Zealand Māori fame. Of course, you can't mention Willie Napier without mentioning Ruki Tipuna, an old boy of both Tauranga Boys College and Rotorua, and more recently our former director of rugby here alongside Ngarimu Simpkins. Early penalty given away by Rotorua for their inability to recycle the ball cleanly. Tauranga now in another promising position to add to their score. Tauranga Boys College lead the Rotorua 7-3 whānau if you're just tuning in now. Tauranga Boys fancying their chances here and the strength of their forward pack. Now with the line out. Matua Tamatererewa Kōpū, one of our whare tutors here, leading the defence call amongst our crowd. Tauranga getting a drive on into the Rotorua 22. Advantage play for a hapa or a mistake or infringement on the part of Rotorua. Penalty now, only 5 metres from the line. Tauranga again electing to kick to touch, Rick, and look for the drive over. Let's just hope that our Paumua, our forwards, are able to hold them out and be resolute once more. Sorry, Fine, if you're just tuning in, I think Rick's enjoying some of our sponsors' product. As mentioned earlier, McDonald's are sponsoring the rugby this year. And there are some McDonald's down in Te Whanau Apenui where you're from too, eh, Rick?
Oh yeah, you know we got that good stuff,
Aye.
That gives you the gout.
Yeah. Is that the moki? Ooh. Oh. Ui, piro rātou anō, Tauranga Boys College have scored again through another impressive forward effort. Let's just try and distinguish who the player is. There seems to be congratulations all around. Just looking at the replay there, good take there from Tauranga as they set to drive. Nice low body position. I hapai rātou I te pōro, they're carrying the ball well. Gee, they that sharp, Whānau, we couldn't even see who scored that try.
With the replay.
Number 11, Mason Verster, not successful in his attempt to convert the try scored by Tauranga. Paku mihi to one of our sponsors here, Bailey's. That's not the Irish cream, Rick, but Bailey's, the real estate entity. Also, too, a shout out to one of our old boys who's returned here for the game today, Bailey Carmichael, who's a contracted rugby league player with the Newcastle Knights, coming through in their under-20s system. Also, too, New Zealand Carbon Farming, long-time supporter of Super 8 rugby and community initiatives. Bigger cheer in the crowd there, Rick, to try and catch the ball on Ngāpai Kahukura than there have been for some of the play. Aye.
Out. Rupene Himopo, he's a standout player.
Aye.
Harold Rounds driving through. Kia kaha e hoa.
For those of you tuned in at home, we've currently got 220 viewers tuned into this live game here at Te Aki Tua Raukura. Our much famed #1 rugby field here at Rotorua Boys High School on Old Taupo Road, Rotorua. Mistake there in the back line from Raukura, scrum down, Tauranga Boys College ball. Long-time supporter of schoolboy rugby, Rick, has been Caltex, the fuel giant, international global fuel giant. And again, they're sponsoring our Super 8 coverage here. Live, thank you to local Gecko Productions and their team. I note there, Rick, that William Brayley from Ngāti Piki o Ngāti Whakaue has moved from the custodial role at fullback into the halfback spot vacated by an injured Jai Tamati. Jai Tamati, of course, one of our co-captains here. Jai Tamati from Ngāti Tuwharetoa, Ngāti Maniapoto, New Zealand Secondary Schools halfback in 2022 and looking to repeat that honour this year. His current form would suggest that he's well on track to be in consideration for that heralded number 9 jersey, which is well celebrated here at Raukura. We mentioned one earlier, New Zealand schoolboy through Raukura, Ruki Tipuna. Also too, Papa Wharawira, New Zealand Secondary Schools captain and well-seasoned former provincial player until injury put paid to that, and now he's retreated down our neck of the woods Rick down to Te Whānau Apani with his beautiful wife Holly and their young whānau and expecting again. Good to see that Papa's been busy out on the moana and in the kāinga. Also too, Arama Graham, another famous old boy from Rotorua, New Zealand Secondary School's halfback, 1997. Tauranga now making their way deep into the territory of Rotorua. The ever-present Malone Kunawawe back there to clean up the mess left there for him. Rotorua needing to lift the intensity of their play to match the energy of those from Tauranga Moana. Lydell Brophy matched up here against number 14, Dylan Henderson from Tauranga, who we know is a natural athlete. He tangata wai parahuti, or parahuti-huti. With his quick legs. Back in good position is fullback Landon Monks.
Oh, rare.
Well, they seem to be catching like some of the boys on the field, Rick, but hey.
Say drop balls on field, drop balls off field.
Here we see Sairosi Ravuri at hooker rallying his troops there. Cody Renata with the clean-up in the line-out. Well done, Cody. Case van der Hayden finding good space. Maloni Tawera Milosevic, Ngāti Awa, making another incising run that he's renowned for. Strong carry there by Mikaeli again, our young man no Tongatopu. Eh? Harold Rounds, mai te mautere a Fiji.
Ryan Elliott taking in the ball.
Ai, ka pai Ngāti Awa. Harold Rounds again, making an incising run. Mikaele using his strength.
He just keeps on pushing through.
Aye, the recycling a lot quicker now from Rotorua, although they are speeding it up. They are controlling the ball well in that collision space. Troy Harmey playing the advantage, trying to look for the miracle offload. I think Troy will be telling them now, kia tau, hey, be calm, be cool, be steady, be ready. Sairosi Ravuri indicating the shot at goal. The sun is out, but so too is Tāwhiri Mate a whānau. Kei te a whio ngā hau e Rick. Hey, the winds are circling around here. Our ground's supposed to be a cauldron for the visitors, not for us, Rick. This song specifically dedicated to Milan Tawera Milosevic, because he's our hot stepper, New Zealand under-16's touch representative, and a proud Kawero native of Ngāti Awa descent. Finally coming back after a few niggling injuries which have curtailed his early season thus far. Milan looking to have another big year this year in his final year, his year 13 here at Rotorua. Case van der Hayden lining up the kick for the penalty. Te hapa. Case van der Hayden's kick attempt is successful. TBC now leading Rotorua te kaumarua ki te ono. Matua James pumping up the crowd, all those gathered here, showing some pride in Rotorua. As we say here, Rick, 3 feathers to the sky.
Boys High till we die.
For those of you watching and listening to me at home, we translate that to wisdom and honour, whānau.
Wisdom and honour.
Wisdom and honour. Nice kick down there from Rotorua, taking Tauranga Boys back beyond their half. But the return was brought back strong by Landon Monks again.
Hey.
Young man with a high rugby IQ and very high aspirations with his play beyond school. Nice clean up there by Cody Renata at the back of the line out. Malone with the ball, short ball to Harold Rounds. Tana whanaunga mai te motutapu a Fitzi.
Sorry, Harvey.
Ai, kia ka atu whare toa wai rākau.
Setaleki now on the ball.
Setaliki Mawheleo making his second appearance here in our first 15 colours. Another player with a strong, promising future. Tauranga picked up for the infringement, so Case van der Hayden kicking for touch to reset with a line out. Case van der Hayden being raised in southern Waikato at Otorohonga, but having club affiliations to Ngā Pāpaka Rangataua. We just recently returned from an international youth sevens tournament that his Rangataua team were able to be successful in victory. Rotorua forwards resetting themselves. Rupene Hemopo straight out of Taumaru Nui, hitting that ball up strong. He's been a big find this season, hasn't he, Rikirangi? Both on the field and in school. A young man with a promising future, the kid from Taumaru Nui. Uramu Brayley with a quick short pass to Moloni Kunawawe.
Cody with the ball, just holding it there. Sairusi comes around the side with support, supporting Renata. Cody Renata.
Ka pai te piro a Sairusi Ravuri, our co-captain here of Rotorua, leading from the front, leading by example. Here we go there, Malone looking for the inside ball to Cody Renata. A young man with a promising future, as you said earlier, Rick. Sairusi there, ripping the ball, using his strength to score over the line. Case van der Hayden attempting to convert the try from his favoured right-hand side, being a left-footed kicker. Matua Tamatererewa sending the wairua there to Case van der Hayden. Yes, hopefully he hasn't said the wee-wee-wees. Hey, hopefully he makes it. Case now in his third full season with our Rotorua first 15. Pai te whana, pai te āhua. Ai! Kick is successful there.
Rotorua coming out on top.
Case van der Hayden, no stranger to big matches, is he, Rick? You know?
Last time I remember this game being here, Matua, Case van der Hayden was under the pump, going for that conversion for the win.
That was a Moeska Cup game too, wasn't it, Rick? Tauranga Boys ahead in that match, play up.
And in that year, that's when New South won that one, Matua.
Oh, hey. As they say, even the sun shines on the tau o te kuri some days, eh, Rick? So. Well fielded there by the fullback,
Good tackle
Landon
by
Monks.
Setaliki.
Setoliki, what he lacks in stature, Ricky, definitely makes up in manawa, doesn't he, in heart. Referee playing the advantage there at Okura for the hapa by Tauranga Boys. Coming back for the penalty.
Seta just showing their character.
Forcing the hamene to Okura, the penalty from Tauranga Boys College. The boys starting to lift that energy, Rick.
Aye.
Well, Rick, you mentioned earlier about Haka. Let's look at a Haka analogy here. Let's borrow that phrase from our whanaunga over at Te Koutu, and rather than hikina te ko, let's hikina te hihikoe. Let's start to lift that energy, that excitement, that electricity. Wuramu Brayley with the feed to Ryan Elliott. Short ball to Case. Rotorua being patient in the recycle. Tauranga very close to being offside there, Rick.
Aye.
Wuramu Brayley looking for the feed there again to Mikaele Ilayu. Strong run there by the Tongan native. Jacob Gilbert with the off pass. Advantage here to Rotorua for another infringement by TBC. Strong run by Harold Rounds. Troy Harmy with the backdoor offload to Ryan Elliott. Unfortunately, Milan puts that ball to ground. Referee calls them back for the hamene or the penalty against Tauranga Boys there. You can see the more exerted effort by the Rotorua boys here, Rick. Some of them look a little gassed, but I know that with the work they've been doing with renowned rugby trainer Keith Roberts, they'll be able to re-energise themselves shortly. But such is the intensity of this match, Rick. They need to leave nothing in the tank, as that cliche goes. Kua pau te hau, kua pakaru te te roi. Jacob Gilbert from Ngāti Awa, Ngāti Pūkeko with the strong line-out take. Pai te mahi a ngā paumua. Strong drive there by our forwards. Good play. Inching towards the line. Push call being given by the crowd. Maloney with the short ball. Good recycle there by Rotorua. Mikaele Ilayu again, Rick, with another carry. Reminds me of those forwards for Queensland last night, Rick, with all those yards they were making. Running against a taiapa kikorangi, eh? A blue fence, a blue wall there. Smashing their way through. Oh, kei te hoha te kaiwa wao, the referee. He's sending number 1 to the sin bin. Number 1, of course, being Ryan Palmer, younger brother of 2022 TBC captain Ruben Palmer.
Here
we go, boy.
Rotorua now, seeing their TBC are down 1 paumua, 1 forward, are looking to drive off Jacob Gilbert there. Offsetting the ball 1 space down so the line out doesn't get sacked. Ball's now there for Wiramu Brayley. Brayley to Elliott. Elliott to Van der Hayden. Case Van der Hayden very strong on his feet. Wiramu Brayley to co-captain Sairosi Ravudi. Try scorer. Strong carry again there by Harold Rounds. Cody Renata. Another strong carry from the former representative league player. Mikaele Ilayu again with the carry. Sairosi leading from the front. This week playing the game, not the man. Kapai Sairosi. Mikaele again, I think that's the 4th time we've mentioned his name, Rick, in this passage of play. Rotorua looking to tighten up the play in the forwards to force the mismatch out wide. Force the error, find the space. Good dummy there by Setaliki Mawhelio. Unlucky play there for Rotorua, being held up over the line. Looking at the replay there, Maloney sniffing around the ruck there with his forwards, with his Pomua. But unfortunately, Rotorua weren't able to capitalise on that opportunity as a player was over the line with the ball but wasn't able to force it down. Resolute defence there by TBC. Brophy with the take. Here we go, Rupene.
Take it to the ground.
Ooh. They breed them hard in Taumarunui, don't they, Rikirangi? This young man of Ngāti Hikairo, Ngāti Tuwharetoa descent. Slippery underfoot there on that western side of our field here, Te Aki Tua Rotorua. Recycling well. Kapai Putawaki, Jacob Gilbert again with a strong carry, not Jason, that's his uncle. Kapai Malone. Oh. Sairusi with the hapa.
Karoha.
Rotorua wouldn't be too worried about this. A reserve front row will need to come on. And then another member of the forward pack will need to go off to even the numbers. So assuming here, Rick, that we've got a talented young front rower, Nikolai Te Huia, coming on in jersey number 17. Gee, the Kinners must be fat over in Tauranga. He's a strong, powerfully built young fella.
Let's hope he brings that impact.
He's a lot bigger than our own JT, Jeremy Te Huia, one of our senior teachers here at Rotorua and former New Zealand age group star himself. Strong scrum by TBC, given the change in personnel. I whanarato ki ngā tahata, they kick towards the sideline, but well met by Malone. Hemopo again with another strong carry.
Josiah Graham on the outside.
A little bit too lateral there by Rotorua, moving side to side. No incising run there, bringing it back to the forwards for some penetration. Harold Rounds.
Kylie again.
Aye.
Setaliki.
Aye, Wiremu Brayley finding Setaliki Mawhelio. Now the ball out wide to Lardle Brophy. Again, TBC with the infringement being found offside. We did talk about how their line speed was quite quick, Rick, and that they were right on the advantage line earlier in the game. They say fortune favours the brave, and Tauranga a very brave side, but they should take note of the old school notion of just take that step back.
Must be the e-game, Matua. Two key boys.
Oh, a lot of mana in this Tauranga Moana side. They've got the medal on our boys from last year, having lifted the Moaska Cup and putting an end to a very promising season for our 2022 side, aptly led by Brooke Mitchell, New Zealand Schoolboys open side flanker, now contracted with the Bay of Plenty Rugby Union and turning out for the Whakarewarewa Club, Te Whakarewarewa Tanga o Te Opia Tau Wā Wāhiao, up the red and blacks, as Mr. Cameron, one of our famed old boys here, would say. Case Vanderheyden attempting this penalty kick from approximately 32 metres out, Rick. On the angle, maybe bump it to 34. As we said earlier, Case Vanderheyden, no stranger to the pressure of high-level rugby. Big future for this young man. Him and his younger brother Bronson, also part of our first 15 side, who was ineligible for selection today with ongoing injury, but hopefully he bounces back and is chosen again in our squad of 2022. Oh, Paitana Piro, his kick is good, but tapering to the left-hand side. Tauranga Boys finding touch, and that's the end of Wahanga Tuatahi, the end of our first half here.
Stay seated.
Where Rotorua are leading Tauranga Boys College 13 points to 12.
Boys, if you know that you're all getting up, let's do this dance.
We'll go over highlights. Oh, yes.
Let's go, boys. Come on, come on. Jump up. I learned it this morning. Let's go. Don't be too cool for school. This is your school. You feel safe. Really go. Yeah.
Tell us when you want to go over the highlights. Tell us when you want us to go over the highlights.
Let's go.
Just oh, yeah. I want to talk about their dancing. Gee, for a whole bunch of boys, Rick, that spend a lot of time on their phones and their breaks, you'd think some of their TikTok dance moves might be a little bit better.
Back in the day, Macho, when I was a junior, you know, Rotorua Boys High was very known for that. Known for TikToks.
Yes, well, a nickname that I've got, Rick, is the clock, because I've got one hand bigger than the other. So I guess you can say I'm the master of the TikTok, eh?
Macho James, who also is a TikTok sensation.
Aye. He tangata rongonui a Matua James, almost as well known as John Brown, and his dance moves here at Rotorua back in the 90s. Some of the highlights here, look at the enterprising play here from the Rotorua forwards as they recycle the ball well, finding space out wide, but here the pass not being in front of the man, passing at the body, not at the target. Okay, so we need to make sure Rotorua limit their errors. Here again we show the forward strength of Tauranga Boys College, Ngā Taitama Tauranga Moana, as they drive towards the Rotorua line in the first half. Very strong score there, and momentum seemed to stay in favour of TBC. Good strong tackling there by Rotorua, who really upped the ante with their defence to ensure that momentum shifted their way. This is where we saw that beautiful inside ball from Maloney to Cody Renata. Then of course Sairosi, being the strong tight forward he is, latching on to Sairosi, taking the ball there from Renata to score in the corner. You can see here though, Rick, that Tauranga are limiting the amount of players they commit to these rucks. Rotorua are committing larger numbers, but they just needed to make some more calculated decisions in the fight. Rotorua showing a lot of heart there. Another enterprising run there by Moloni, making his return from injury. I must say I've been really impressed with the leadership of Sairosi Ravudi this game, Rick.
Select them over here. Sit down, boys, over here, unless you're going to come down here. Back in the day, Mr. Hale had a V shape.
For those of you at home at the iwi, we're now going to take a short break. And as they say in cliche, and with a few words from our sponsors. Kia ora.
A big thank you to Apollo Projects for providing the funding.
It's really helped our kids to have more opportunities.
Gaining the extra funding really goes a long way to providing opportunities.
We are low on the socioeconomic index, so our students haven't got $200 when we're going away for these trips.
Students often miss out on opportunities because of the financial commitment.
More often than not, the student has to give up their sport.
With the funding from Apollo projects, we've been able to lower travel costs to allow more students to participate in secondary school competitions.
Your generosity has enabled us to enable these students be able to play in these sports, be able to just be the best versions of themselves.
We're really grateful, and I cannot express that enough about how and what it means to us.
Since 2022, New Zealand Carbon Farming has been a partner in our School Sports Series, which is a collection of national sporting events that are held throughout New Zealand. They've also committed significant funding to help local schools in the communities that they're a part of so they can achieve more with their sport programs.
Having this funding, being able to use it specifically targeting sport and to promote sport in schools is hugely beneficial.
As a small rural school, obviously travel is an issue for us. We compete often in the Waikato.
We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel and cost of accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students.
Our students are in an area where money is tight and opportunities for them is minimal.
Welcome back, whānau, to this Wahanga Tuarua second half here of this traditional and Super 8 fixture between local boys, Rotorua Boys High School, Raukura, and the visitors from Tauranga Moana, Tauranga Boys College. Case van der Hayden with the whana, with the kick. Well taken by Tauranga, who are recycling well. If you've just joined us, whānau, Raukura lead this counter 13 points to 12. And the score truly does reflect how tight this encounter has been. Raukura starting the half with the hāmene, or with the infringement. Tauranga still awaiting the return of their player, loose head prop Ryan Palmer from the sin bin. Aaron Riley with the touch finder. Kia tūtira ngā paumua. The forwards are now organising themselves. Beautiful take there by Tauranga Moana. Looking to whangai te poro, feed the ball out to the backs. Beautiful
Good
drawing
hands
pass
there.
Aye. Number 11, Mason Verster, player of the future, one to watch. With the kick advancing forward deep into Raukura territory. Maloli with the clearing kick. Again, the cheers go up for the crowd to catch the ball. And again, Missy Tero whānau. The boys don't seem to be having their hands with them today. Those of you viewing at home and know me well, no hand jokes, please, whānau. Hey? Let's focus on the game here.
Let's bring the boys home in the second half, boys. Let's go, Raukura, let's go.
Number 17, Nikolai Te Hui at the front of the Tauranga line out, a giant of a young man. Beautiful line out there, presenting the ball well for number 9, Charlie Sinton. Charlie's having a good game as a distributor in behind this giant Tauranga forward pack. Te Hui with the ball. Out to Mason Verster. Now out to Christian Sauni. Little play down here on the sideline. The ball's not realising, the boys not realising that the ball is out. Please go into the rucks and collision with your eyes open, boys. Hey, it does help. Raukura again with the infringement. Not making good decisions early in the second half, Rick. This Wahanga Tuarua.
Oh.
Tauranga looking to slow the game down as much as they can to chip away at the clock so that they can have the return of their player Ryan Palmer come sooner rather than later. These young men starting to cramp up, Rick, doing their stretching. We've got Mr. Cameron down there, hostel master and first 15 manager down there with, it appears to be Sairosi Ravuri cramping up in his calves. They need to come down to Waiho Bay, Rick, and have some kina, get a bit more salt in their diet.
Speaking about that one, Matua, they actually had a bit of a young camp. Went for a camp down to Te Whanaapanu, to Te Kaha.
I'm glad you picked up on that segue, Rick. Ai, Te Kaha nui a tiki, Rick?
Ai.
Te ingoa tawhito, te wāhi rongonui a Te Kaha. A small place that's produced such fine footballers as the Parkinson brothers.
Defense! Defense!
Very successful down there.
Strong carry by crowd favourite Rupene Hemopo, the Taumaru Nui Bull. Oh, ball carried back there, taking the eye off the ball. Ka aroha ki a koe Maloney. Maloney having a big game. And very seldom does he make mistakes, but coming back from a long injury layoff again after their loss to Pairata. Wesley College, traditional foes of Rotorua. And of course the primary reason being because of our illustrious principal here, Mr. Chris Grinter. He's been with Rotorua since 1991, having led Pairata or Wesley to national championships and also to Rotorua here in his tenure as coach at both kura. So kānui te mihi ki a koe e te tumuaki, e te kaiako, Mr. Grinter. Rotorua with an important scrum here, holding out this large Tauranga Boys pack. I'm really impressed with the size of this young man, Nikolai Te Huia. Jengo's Te Huia was only a little bird, but he's a giant of a man. Ooh, Cody Renata and his strong scrummaging technique meeting the challenge of the pressure applied by Nikolai. Strong tackle there by Case van der Hayden, edging the attacker sideways.
Fauma trying to get through onto the line.
Strong carry by Fauma Kupita. Chiefs under 18s prop from 2022.
Pero.
Oh, Tauranga rewarded with their patient and clinical play there. With a try in the forwards there. Starting off the way they began that first half, Rick. Now again in our Wahanga Tuarua, our second half. Replay there shows strong carry there by number 3, Fauma Kupita. Carried over there.
Like we said earlier on in the game, he's one to look out for.
Aye, Anna.
Similar to the first half, you know. Rokuda's come off a bit shaky. TBC bringing it again.
Very vocal crowd here on Ngā Paia Kahukura, our terraces here. I think some of these boys will find their place at Otago University on the old terraces there at Carisbrook. Oh, nice kick there by number 11, Mason Verster, able to successfully convert the try scored earlier by Tauranga Boys, taking our score to 19 points to 13. Tauranga Boys up with the early converted try in this Wahanga Tuarua. Let's raise the energy and the feathers to the sky, Rotorua, and get in behind our young men here. Case van der Hayden with the restart. On his outside there, promising first 5, Ryan Elliott from Ngāti Awa. Just returning from injury after a win over St. John's College at FMG Stadium. Curtain raiser to the Chiefs Crusaders game over a month ago.
What an opportunity.
Oh. And of course, Rotorua old boy Clayton McMillan from Tūhaurangi Ngāti Wāhia was the head coach of our Chiefs and New Zealand Māori sides, Nerik. Beautiful carry there by the strong running number 8, Aidan Spratley, aptly tackled by Ryan Elliott. Player just mentioned earlier with a big future, this young man. Almost as big as the shoulders on him. However, that hard work's undone by yet another infringement by Rotorua.
Going for the conversion.
Aye.
For the penalty kick.
Mason Verster looking to convert this opportunity into points. For those of you tuning in at home on Whakaata Māori for the first time with this Super 8 rugby coverage, thanks to Whakaata Māori, we're trying to promote the language, normalising te reo Māori in a range of forums using media, social media, to be able to get the language out there. So some of the terminologies that you might hear us use here in rugby, for instance, kick, we may say whana, penalty, hamene, try, piro. Let's just hope that we mention piro a lot more times after we mention raukura, Rick. Another successful kick there by number 11, Mason Versto, who's having a really good day with the boot. And the limited times he's had the ball in hand, he's shown much promise also. That now takes our score out to 21-13. If you're joining us just now at home, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors like New Zealand Carbon Farming, Caltex, Bailey's. The music here getting the crowd going. That must be Matua Tama's tape in there, eh, Rick? I don't think he's graduated to Spotify yet. Our parata there from Te Whanau Apanui also. Sairosi with a very clinical throw there, taken by Troy Harmy. Not protecting the ball in the carry there, Mikaele. It's the first hapa we've seen of him, Rick, carrying the ball, strong carrier of the ball. Cody Renata with the strong defense, and they're getting the ankle tap on the 10. Mason Verster again, that's that number 11, Rick, whose name we've mentioned a lot today. But more with the boot, not the ball in hand. Setaliki Mafeleo, although he was met in a strong collision there, again punching above his weight, and Jacob Gilbert with the strong carry. Proud young man from Ngāti Pūkeko. Harold Rounds to Mikaele again. That's what we've seen all day from that young man with his carries.
Beautiful tackle by TBC. And now it's been handed over to TBC. Got a few boys down there on the ground. On both sides, actually.
A few boys with cramp. Maybe they might need a good feed of McDonald's, Rick. Hey, get into that M zone. So they get the bonus vouchers offered by one of our sponsors here, McDonald's, and local franchisees, Rob and Linley Parry, always supporting community events. Mikaele there on the replay with that strong carry, looking at the infringement there, holding on to the ball. Hey? Hold the ball in the carry. If you're on the ground, you're out of the game. Tauranga Boys must be concerned here, Rick. One of those players that's down is one of their playmakers, Aisake Wakasiolo. Okay, player to watch, Chief Under 18s in 2022. Also a very skilled sevens player for such a young man, wasn't he, Rick?
He comes onto the wing.
Ala John Olomu, or another Tauranga old boy, Johnny Cooker, from the late 90s. National volleyball legend and beast on the wing for TBC in that golden era of theirs in the late 90s. Matua James leading the chant there, mentioning a shotgun. Whānau, don't be alarmed at home. It is just a term used to get the boys up. And that's actually Rikirangi's middle name, 12, Rikirangi 12 gauge. So just a bit of a mihi there to our my co-commentator there, Rikirangi Gauge. Auntie Missy again, eh, Rick? Missy Tero. Hey, come on, whānau. Eyes on the ball, draw it in like a cricket ball. Here we go, number 2. Throwing our ball in, Christian Soni. He's had a fine game, this young man. Very clinical in his throws, pinpoint accuracy. Tauranga mixing up the lineup, but Setaliki up to the...
Collected by Cody.
Karoha to Setaliki, knock on. Hey, tapped it forward. Rotorua is going to be buoyed now by the arrival on field by Jai Tamati, our co-captain.
Here we go.
Has come on. They must have got the magic water from Te Waimimi o Pekehāua from out at Te Awahau.
Right.
Hey, to get on his leg. Now he's out there, this proud young man of Ngāti Tūwharetoa, Ngāti Maniopoto descent. Jai's injury may hamper his speed, but it's his precision in his passing and his game knowledge and spatial awareness that sets him apart from some of his other contemporaries in the 9 jersey throughout the country. But in saying that, there was a distributor, Charlie Sinton, for Tauranga Boys College, has had a very fine game. Well, the Kaiwawao there is not happy with what's going on this near side here with the return of Ryan Palmer to this loose head side. I must say, though, that Nikolai Te Huia had a strong game in the time that he was afforded the jersey, Rick in his absence, in the absence of Ryan Palmer. Good scrum there again by Tauranga Boys College. Enterprising play there, backdoor movement. Beautiful pass to the speedster, number 14, Dylan Henderson.
Beautiful meters.
Aye. Tangata wai para huti. But again, finding himself isolated, maybe a little bit too fast. Rick. The boys couldn't keep up with him.
Unlucky.
So holding on to the ball. So now Raukura with the opportunity to reset with a kick to touch. Case van der Hayden, as he so aptly does, stepping up to the mark to find touch to help the Rotorua boys reset and move forward into Tauranga Boys College territory. Oh, uncle, I thought the kick went out closer to halfway, but never mind. Kei te pai. Nice take by Setaliki there. Good throw by Sairosi. Strong carry again by our hostile brother there, Rick. Mikaele Ilayu. Gee, hasn't Maloney had a good game on his feet today, Rick? Just unfortunate there that the pass went to ground with the runner coming off his shoulder. A lot of our players losing their footing on the field. It's relatively dried out, but still a bit sodden in some areas, Rick. While the scrum's getting reset, we'd like to thank Apollo Projects, Bailey's, and also too McDonald's and Profiles Gym here for helping our Raukura men take the field in this encounter against Tauranga Boys College, a traditional fixture as well as a Super 8 championship match. Karoha atu kia koutou kei te kāinga. Just an apology to those of you at home. Our score does currently read 21-13. The actual score is 22-13. That's been rectified now by our producers here with Local Gecko Productions, again providing a fine service in our local community, as they have done so for the last few years. And if you're unfamiliar with their awesome story, look to follow Alex and his father Michael on social media, where this awesome whānau initiative was born out of keeping themselves busy during our first COVID lockdown in 2019. And those of you like myself at home, proud Western Heights High School old boys, Mike Miller, he'd be liking the little plug there, old Mike, base steamer for a number of years. Just unfortunate that injury curtailed his progression to higher honours, which were inevitable with the promise he showed both at school and internationally, playing for international clubs in South Africa and America. So Mike, if you're listening, as I know you are, ka nui te mihi ki a koe e te tuakana. But now let's focus back on the scrum here between Tauranga Boys, Rotorua Boys High School. Rupene Hemopo looking charged at the back of their Raukura scrum. You can see why they call him the Taumaru Nui Bull. Look to see him break from the scrum.
Coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful meters by the number 12. Taking it down. And it's a pedal for TBC.
Old Judah driver there with a beautiful solo effort there. He hasn't really had much space afforded to him this afternoon, Rick, but such is the importance of that 7 making that first initial contact with the shoulder. Watching the replay here, beautiful feed here by Tauranga Boys College. The players were set. Jai Tamati just missing his man. But here we go now. An incising run, balance on both feet there by Judah. You don't often see Malone Kunawawe being turned inside out. That's usually his role. Unfortunately, it looks like Judah sustained an injury. He was cramping earlier, Rick. So obviously the importance of the match, he's dug deep to stay on, and actually good of him to get that score, being aptly assisted now from the field. Number 11, Mason Verst, as we've mentioned so often today, with an opportunity to convert that try and take the score out to 29-13. Kickers coming around, not quite there. The score stays Tauranga Boys College 27, Rotorua Boys High School 13. Look to Rotorua to lift again as they did in the latter half of Te Wāhanga Tuatahi, the first half, Rick. Seems Nikolai Te Huia is back on the field. Cody Renata doing a fine job for Rotorua, matching Nikolai's energy. Good tackle there by number 11, Mason Verster, on number 13, Malone Kunawawe.
Way to get the ball back for TBC.
Right, TBC applying pressure again now in the Rotorua half. Fine line out take there again by number 6, Ollie Francis for TBC. Ooh, Rotorua starting to lose some shape on defence. Jai Tamati over the ball, nice and strong. Surely should be a penalty here, Whānau. The local crowd not happy with that. Jai Tamati allowed the attacking player, the opportunity to play the ball. Found himself strong on his feet over the top of the ball, latched on. But unfortunately, the referees deemed that he did not allow the attacking player an opportunity to play the ball.
Unlucky to Jai Tamati, especially after that big push. Chasing back on his bad ankle.
Well, it shows the class of Jai Tamati and his ability to scramble back, Rick, and to be able to read play. But Karoha.
Aye.
So again, Mason Verster with a penalty opportunity. Just a reminder too at home, whānau, that our Kaiwawawa referees are volunteers, and without them we wouldn't have a game. So the man in the middle always has the hard task, can't please everyone. But, ka pai, uncle. Mason missing his second consecutive kick, which is highly unusual, Rick. He's a prolific point scorer. But again, that wind is playing havoc here. You may not be able to see it at this low ground level, whānau. But as we said earlier, kei te āwhiowhio ngā hau, the winds are definitely encircling a little bit higher above the posts. Case van der Hayden opting to do the low drop kick as a result. Tauranga bringing the ball back strongly.
Tackled in by Troy Harvey.
Aye, Troy Harvey. Another puru from Taumarunui. Another ball from Taumarunui along with his hostile brethren there. Rupene Hemopo. Nice spot tackle there. Advantage to Rotorua for the knock-on. Rotorua now starting to lift the intensity, Rick, again in the second portion of the half. Rotorua needing to score quickly in close succession. Wiremu Brayley dropping back to fullback. Wiremu Brayley, proud nephew of local rugby and rugby league legend Johnny Rapana, New Zealand Māori, New Zealand Sevens representative and former Bay steamer and Counties Manukau stealer. Nice tackle there on Lydell Brophy, but he's up to the task and being able to stay cool-headed and recycle well. Rotorua a bit static when receiving the ball, looking to gain momentum from here and get some energy onto that ball. Nice delayed pass there by Setaliki Mawhelio.
I think that was Rupini.
Aye.
The ball. Unlucky. TBC gathered the ball.
There's got to be some wrecked bodies out there now, Rikirangi. We've starting to see the forwards now starting to cramp up.
Yeah, dropping like flies, Matua.
Aye. Medical staff now making their way on field to tend to these young players who are cramping. Such are these young men and their professional attitudes towards their training and nutrition. Some of these young men are eating up to 6 snacks a day. Not like back in the old days, Rick, we're having a pie when you're walking into the changing rooms. You know, now they're all more often than not having chicken and broccoli.
Can't forget your Coke with that pie, eh, Matua?
Oh, got to be Coke no sugar now, Rick. For those of you Rotorua old boys out there watching the match, you can see here that the boys are up against it. Tauranga Boys coming with a strong challenge here at Ngā Paia Kahukura. Rotorua are not out of it yet though. They just need to find their own resolve and resilience. Tamama, kaue tūpau o koutou māhunga. Don't put your heads down, lift them high. As you say, Rotorua to the sky, boys. Hey? Waiho tia ngā huru manu, leave the feathers to the side, lift those heads. Tauranga again looking for blindside flanker. Number 6, Ollie Francis, for the fine line-out take. Referee having some words to the front rowers there. Ateria Thrupp from Ngātiawa making his way onto the field.
As you may hear it, whānau, debut for Hieke Magavi, whānau, family member of
Ngārohi Magavi, Black.
Magavi.
Renowned Sevens exponent, and also too nephew of former New Zealand Sevens phenom, Patiriki Patrick McGarvey from Ruatoki. Slight adjustment to our era there. This is actually Heke's second match for the Rotorua First 15, having debuted last week against Napier Boys High School. Heke, a powerful runner coming up from our age group sides from last year. Van der Hayden electing to kick between fullback and wing, or fullback and 10, aroha atu.
Okay, sending it again.
Aye, working them towards this close side here, towards Ngā Paia Kahukura, as the wind seems to be swirling in this direction, trying to force the error or the hapa from Tauranga. Penalty here, Rotorua really need to speed it up. Jai Tamati looking for the ball. Rotorua need to score twice and need to score quickly. But they need to be clinical in their execution. Noah Johnston having a strong game there at centre for Tauranga Boys. Beautiful nudge there by Case van der Hayden. Referee looking to make some substitutional calls there. Time back on. Arteria Thrupp with a second throw into the line out. Nice take there by Jacob Gilbert, playing out of the Te Teko club, nephew of Te Teko legend Don Te Maipi, son of former national age group selector Joe Te Maipi. Advantage there at Okura. Good enterprising play there by Ryan Elliott. Looking to put the whana in behind them. But Okura not electing the scrum, instead going for the line out, looking to set the drive. Number 19, Josh Norman's on. Looking to inject some speed into there and some abrasive play. Josh doing a fine job as an apprentice in 2022 to New Zealand Secondary School's flanker Brooke Mitchell.
Piro.
I piro a Raukura. Ko wai I piro Rikirangi?
That's what, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I've said in last year's season, blind in one eye, much I did not see. You might need to borrow your glasses there.
Oh, the try there being attributed to Arteria Thrupp. Definitely making his Hulk-like presence felt with the injection there and the try from the drive. Arteria, of course, being of proud Ngāti Awa lineage, the Thrupp whānau, well known to those of us of Tāne Atua. It's good to see Mikaele making his way back up. Rikirangi, we don't want him going off injured.
Not yet.
Such has been the importance of his carries this year.
Case van der Hayden setting it up. It's up. It's over.
And it's over.
And it's clear. That has taken the score to 20-27 to TBC.
Taking the score out now. 27 to 20. TBC. 8 minutes to go, boys. Let's go. Let's bring our boys home.
Is this going to be a close game similar to last time it was here? Who knows?
Kia mau tonu mai, Rick. Stay with us, whānau at home here. Milan Tawera Milosevic fielding the kick from Tauranga Boys College. Fine nudge towards the side there, getting themselves out of danger. Number 21, Hieke Magavi following through. The kick is a good midfielder should. Look to Hieke to inject some hard running onto the ball against the grain. Coming back against the run of play. Christian Soini with a clinical throw again for Tauranga. Tauranga recycle well. Raukura careful not to give away the harmony of the penalty here.
The Raukura side not happy with that one.
Hands in the ruck there.
Ooh. The call has been made. They are going for the penalty kick.
Big call.
Just off the 50 after unlucky shot right at the front.
I'm picking this nudge to go and blow back towards the Millennium Centre, Rick, with the way that the swirling wind has been. But the way that Mason Verster has been kicking before his last two attempts, you can't count him out, Rick. Kick well short. Again, that swirling wind. Maloney fielding the kick, nudging towards the sideline.
Yay!
Beautiful clearing nudge there.
Good
Ball
catch by Mihaere.
Mihaere Gillies from Ngātiawa and also two of Ngai Te Aroa, one of our young learners here, Year 9 learners here in the hostel. Clinical throw again by Christian Soini. Strong defense by Josh Norman. And also to Mikaele Ilaiu, having a strong debut in the Rotorua colours today, in the blue and red. Good clearing there by Braden Stowers. Braden Stowers being of Samoan lineage, and of course this week being Samoan Language Week, celebrating the language of his culture. Ball touched from the kick by Malone Kunuave. Oh, knock on there, potentially offside against number 22, Ashton Paynton. No, just a knock on called. Rokura's energy and scrambling defense now forcing the error.
Not much time left to go.
We've got 2 more minutes to go, Rick. Looks like we've gone to uncontested scrums. Must be an issue with the front row. Beautiful pass there to Milan Tawera Milosevic.
Good meters.
Fine tackle there by number 15.
Aye.
Landon Monks, who's had a fine game.
Way to save the try.
Aye.
Jai Tamati.
Jai Tamati, inspirational leader.
Aye.
Rotorua need to be patient. They need to be clinical in what they're doing now.
Just control the ball.
Control the ball, control the head. Beautiful pass by Jai there to Setaliki. Mafeliho all the way through.
Down. And it's a piro to Rotorua.
Setaliki Mafeliho with the score adjacent to the post. Fine try there.
Kick. It's up to the kick to draw it up.
Case Vander Hayden with the opportunity to tie the game with but seconds left.
Hey, look them up.
Matua Jameson, Matua Tamatererewa are both doing a fine job racking up our crowd. Must be that those Upanui bloodlines in them, eh? One boy from Orete, one boy from Omaio. If you're tuning into Whakaata Māori whānau for the first time today, Case Vander Hayden with the attempted kick.
Just unclear. TBC.
Tauranga Boys College triumphant. 27 points to 25. With the unfortunate miss there by Case Vander Hayden. Case Vander Hayden having a fine game, irrespective of the missed attempt.
All hands in the air for TBC.
And wouldn't you know it, whānau, in the final kick to the touch, our boys finally catch the ball. So Tauranga Boys College going back to back in traditional fixtures now with Rotorua lifting the Moaska Cup last year in the semi-final of the Chiefs Cup, and then now in their first encounter for 2023 in this traditional exchange day, and also too in the Super 8 rugby competition, coming out the victors 27 points to 25. Tauranga Boys College, no te rā, the day is yours. Raukura, ka aroha atu ki a koutou.
Although we've taken a loss, the boys are still pumping. Every little thing, still gonna be alright.
Ai, he rangi anō a Pōpō Rick. Another day tomorrow.
Now we go back to the education side of things.
Aye. We just want to have a shout out to all the volunteers, our various kaiwawao, and those people behind the scenes making it possible here on Whakaata Māori. And of course, thank you to Local Gecko Productions for their awesome coverage here. Ko Mart tēnei, ko Jared tēnei.
Korikirangi, Gage tēnei.
We're signing up. Boom. Hei konei, hei kona.
Toits.
Ka kite a rātou, ki a koutou, a te wā.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass up.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go one. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Baileys finding buyers that others can't.
Since 2022, New Zealand Carbon Farming has been a partner in our School Sports Series, which is a collection of national sporting events that are held throughout New Zealand. They've also committed significant funding to help local schools and the communities that they're a part of so they can achieve more with their sport programs.
Having this funding, being able to use it specifically targeting sport and to promote sport in schools is hugely beneficial.
As a small rural school, obviously travel is an issue for us. We compete often in the Waikato.
We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel, and cost of accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students.
Our students are in an area where money is tight and opportunities for them is minimal. So creating more opportunities at school for our students to participate in sport is what we're wanting to do.
So to be able to have the support of New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic this year.
We are very grateful for the funding. It's going to help a lot of our students here at Tikuti High School, especially one of our students, Callum Headley. He has made the New Zealand Kia Ōrahi team.
I'd just like to thank New Zealand Carbon Farming for their support of the college. Without the support, we wouldn't be able to offer everything we do to the students.
Huge thank you to New Zealand Carbon Farming. Certainly the opportunities and the sponsorship that's been provided is pretty crucial for our school.
Big thanks to New Zealand Carbon Farming for everything they've done for us. Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.